Hi, it's Eva Cartman, and you're listening to the Dream Big Podcast Show, the place to go to learn, laugh, and grow. Today we're going to talk about a topic that does not come up very often on the show, and that is anger. What do you do when you get angry? We do our best to have a positive attitude and be grateful, but let's be honest, when something happens that is unfair or mean, we are humans, and anger is an emotion that we all feel. How we manage that anger is, however, very important. And in this episode, we are going to talk about what not to do when you get angry. And trust me, learning this skill will help you achieve your dreams. Speaking of dreams, you ready? Because it's time to dream big. My name is Eva Cartman. I'm part of a squad of super kids that are here to change the world. We don't believe you need to be adults to have big goals and start working towards your dreams. We believe age is just a number, and you're never too young to make a difference. We may be young, but we are not naive. We understand that achieving our big dreams will not be easy. It will take incredible dedication, hard work, and yes, massive action. There will be ups and downs, but we embrace the challenges and relish pushing outside of our comfort zone because this is how we grow. They may not teach us these concepts in our school textbooks, but we are smart enough to know that the tools and tactics to achieve our big dreams are out there. And we are willing to do the work to seek out these skills and master them because we know that our future depends on it. We are the big dreamers, and it's time to dream big. Hi, big dreamers. Today I'll be answering a question from the audience. If you have a question that you would like me to potentially answer on the show, please email my mom at olga@dreambigpodcast.com. Today's question comes from Johnny from Houston, Texas. He writes, Eva, I have a question for you. A few weeks ago, I got in a huge fight with my parents. They had promised me I could stay up late to watch a movie on a Friday night. But as the day went on, they said that they could tell that I was getting tired and asked if we could watch the movie the following day. I reminded them that they had promised that we would be able to watch the movie, that I had been looking forward to it all day, and that a promise is a promise, and we needed to watch the movie that night. My parents acknowledged that they had promised I could watch it, but they had thought we'd be coming back from my grandparents way earlier, and said that if they knew we would be getting home so late, they would have never agreed to it. They told me I needed to learn to be flexible and go with the flow. At this point, I totally lost my temper. I called my parents horrible names, including liars and other things that I know you can't say on this podcast. I was just so angry that they lied to me. I know I may have overreacted, but I was wondering if you have any advice on how I can control my temper. Thank you, Johnny, for that question. To be completely honest, I have had many arguments with my parents over the years about my bedtime, and I have found myself in a very similar situation before. I think I'll respond first by telling you a story. We found it online, and there is no author, so I can't give anyone credit. But it is a great story, and I've added my own flavor to it. Once upon a time, there was a boy who would always get angry and scream at his parents. One day, his parents told him that he was acting up and that he could not use his iPad for a full week. Well, this made the boy furious. He shouted bad words, hit the wall, and screamed, "How could you do this to me?" His parents were really disappointed in his behavior and wanted to teach him a lesson. They gave him a bag of nails and told him that every time he felt himself about to lose his temper, he needed to hammer a nail into the back of the fence in their yard. After losing his iPad, the boy was so furious that he had driven 37 nails into the fence. Over the next few weeks, as he calmed down and learned to control his anger, the number of nails hammered daily gradually dwindled down. It actually took a lot of energy to hammer in the nails, and he discovered it was easier to hold his temper than to drive those nails into the fence. Finally, the day came when the boy didn't lose his temper at all. He told his parents about it, and they suggested that the boy now pull out one nail for each day that he was able to hold his temper. The days passed, and the young boy was finally able to tell his parents that all the nails were gone. The parents took their son by the hand and led him to the fence. They said, "You have done well, but look at the holes in the fence. The fence will never be the same. When you say things in anger, they leave a scar just like this one. Won't matter how many times you say I'm sorry. The wound is still there." The little boy then understood how powerful his words were. He looked up at his parents and said, "I hope you can forgive me for the holes I put in you." "Of course we can," said the parents. Isn't that a powerful story? Your words are very powerful. When you're angry in the heat of the moment, you often will say something that you regret. I know I have. I know my parents love me unconditionally, so while they may be hurt by my words, they are my parents. And I know that if I offer a sincere apology and turn my behavior around, I can get back in their good graces. But that is not necessarily true for friends. And when you are an adult, you certainly can get in a lot of trouble if you lose your temper with a stranger or in business. You can say sorry all you want, but if you react in anger and say something offensive, you may very well lose a friend or lose an important business deal. So to answer your question, Johnny, my advice to you and all the big dreamers out there, when you get upset and you can feel that you're about to blow up, let yourself cool down before you say anything. This includes in person, over the phone, over email, or text messages. However it is that you are communicating, my advice would be not to say a word until you have a chance to calm down. When you are calm, you can still have a conversation with your parents. Maybe even explain why you were so upset and look for a solution so that does not happen again. For instance, they could have told you that you could watch a movie so long as we were home by 6 p.m. I have discovered that reacting in anger, although it may feel good to scream in the moment, I end up saying something that I regret. And there are always consequences that I don't like. For instance, I'll lose my iPad like Johnny did. If I let myself calm down and talk to them when I am not so upset, the result is always better. I hope this helped you, Johnny, as well as all the big dreamers listening. Did you enjoy this episode? If so, please tell your friends and family about the Dream Big podcast and share this episode with them. And take a few moments to leave us a review as well. Make sure to head on over to dreambigpodcast.com/99 where you can find show notes on this episode, as well as a link to our limited time offer for a free customized Dream Big journal with your face and name, as well as a place to sign up for our newsletter where you'll learn my top 10 tips on making and keeping great friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Eva Cartman reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional. You need to make them essential. So take massive action to turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion, the way life is meant to be. I'll see you next episode. Bye.